like the guys in the South more than the guys in the East Coast?
No, and I'm really from Arizona. They're all
I'm
well.
I'm from Arizona right now.
Uh,
Grew up in Arizona, but then in like middle school, he moved to Charlotte.
and he's homey, amazing, and wonderful, right? So yes.
I like him a lot.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes. 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 Yeah. I think someone was like, Anwar, he's this great black dating coach, very polarizing, but I love him, Anwar Wright. But he said, so like some of us have a rejection kink, and I'm like, maybe, because I think I do like want to like a New Yorker, East Coaster, but I don't like mean. I'm in Arizona. I want a suburban. Yes, yeah. And then two, the Southern thing. These Southern men, they're homey. They're down to earth. They like their mamas. They don't like abuse. They don't even like yelling at the same. Like my parents, they might have yelled, but we didn't hear that shit. That was like behind. But then like that's a whole other Southern boy. But be healed, be in therapy. But yeah, definitely. But they're hard to find. Don't tell me off when where you found him, because I think I am gonna go back on the app, but not till spring. The real new year, astrologically New Year, March. But again, you have to be outside. Outside is fun, but again, these men, they don't talk, they stare, they gawk, and I'm just gonna be open, and one that's not afraid. Oh, that's amazing. Okay, testing, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and we're ready. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday. Happy 2025. Welcome to all new episode, Black Girl Can't Cook. Just trying to get the situated podcast. Drinking a Red Bull. To each his own. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. Before we start off, unfortunately, I think it's just best I don't know, hold space for everything that, hello from New York City, Midtown, an American girl. There's so much happening in this country. I am just praying for all those in pain and suffering who are losing children, spouses, mothers. This thing in New Orleans is crazy. This thing with the cyber trucks, they scream the devil, satanic. Look who's got one. It's crazy. It is crazy. Cat Williams has another interview coming out. Girl, like, but let me be real. Let's be in reality. Let's ground. My heart is with you. I pray that God is with you. If you are a girl in a metropolitan city, in the backwoods of Nebraska, in Arizona, in Florida, in the South, y'all girlies, Alabama, please be safe. Please be aware of your intuition, your surroundings. We're going to get into intuition, your gut, the feeling, the God in you, the God in me. But just, I'm a Scorpio. I'm a double Aquarius. I'm a child of God. So I've always had this innate knowing being, but just trust your gut and your intuition, and be aware. And please be safe. And I mean, God, I'll be with us. That man is gonna be in office soon. The thing where the inauguration. Yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. May Jesus be with us, be with America. But we've known about this. America is going through its Pluto return, Pluto in Aquarius, the age of Aquarius. The nodes are changing. By Valentine's Day, I will have an astrologer in here. The nodes are changing from Aries they're leaving Aries and Libra, and they're going in something else, which explains my traumatic year last year. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm so grateful that I was able to go to New Orleans and visit. Baby girl, at the tail end. Can you say at the end of COVID? Isn't COVID still going on? But at the end of COVID, in my first relationship, a beautiful city, the people, and you think of New Orleans, you think of Kanye West, George Bush doesn't like black people, Mike Myers. Girl, you think of that. You think of the classic HBO show, Treme. You think of that cocksucker Brad Pitt and his foundation. Weren't they stealing? Well, they were like building homes and stealing money. You think of Brett Favre, another New Orleans, the energy. And I think as a Black Americans, the history, I love it and you feel it, but it's really sad. And then you think of the crime and God be with the people of New Orleans, be with Americans, and Jesus take the wheel. Welcome to 2025. I was out last night. I went bowling. I had a friend. Okay, so like been in New York for 10 years, and you have some friends who leave the city. They leave the city, work opportunities, life opportunities, and I think a part of me wants to be like, some can't make it, like, especially if you have like ex-friends. And I am a real New Yorker that wasn't born and raised here, but both my parents, all my descendants, grandparents, all that, yeah. But also, I've been here 10 years. I stayed here through the panorama, the pandemic. I stayed. And so it's beautiful. Yeah, your friends that couldn't make it, couldn't thrive, couldn't be successful. Hi, see you. Couldn't do it. You're not me. You're not. And some have to settle. Some can't afford, but some really leave and they thrive. They go to Connecticut, they get a house, they go to California and thrive in their careers. And I mean, if you leave New York, I always tell people New York is still here. I'm still here. And it's like such a beautiful thing to experience. So friend back in town and like he's born and raised here. And he's one of my first friends that like took me across the water to New Jersey. And I just like love him and I love his culture. And he was in town. We did the bowling alley. Then we went to a little gay bar. Love Hell's Kitchen. But when I think of Hell's Kitchen, it reminds me of apartment hunting, searching, and it's smelling like cat piss. But yes, 2025, I'm going to be inside watching the housewives, building my empire. And I just think you have to really decide, like, do I want to go out? Am I going to like put my safety, my life at risk in jeopardy? Girl, going on the MTA and it just went up. It's $3 a ride. You have to really say, oh, do I want to like sacrifice my life, my well-being to go out? And I did. I did last night. It was amazing. If you're a single girl, go out to the bowling alleys, go out to the gay clubs, just to be dancing, free, letting go. I feel so safe in my gay spaces. I love y'all. Then they put on Sweat, Charlie XCX. I like pre-Charlie XCX. Some songs, I'll make a little playlist. She's so good. I don't like this because isn't she promoting skiing on the slopes? But anyway, the music, and just to be with the gays and to dance and to let go and to get outside, smile, be cute, look attractive. I'm not on the apps. I hope you're not on the apps, but some are on the apps. But you can be on the apps because love is everywhere. And before like the traumatic events of last year, so many of my friends were like meeting loved ones. Like my girlfriend just like walking outside on her steps. Another friend and to me, when I hear stories about like love and meet cutes, that is literally God's little whisper of like, it's possible. It's around. You just have to, you have to go out. You have to go out. You guys, I'm in love with TikTok. We will get to that in a second. What did I want to talk about? We're going to talk about the housewives, Bravo shows, but who is in the news? And it could not be me. This is why I do not want fame. Paige and Craig of Southern Charm, they broke up. And like, it's so sad that women hate women still. And we're jealous of successful entrepreneur, women that just know themselves and women that like don't want to settle. Like we still have so much. We have like a ways to come, girl. We do, and it doesn't even matter race or like economic. I think it's like a baseline of women. There's just so much hate and jealousy. They broke up. I think I get it. I get why the girlies are like now. Well, I'm just going to hard launch him at our wedding. Like, you'll know who he is when I'm with a kid. And because that's also not a way to live. If you're I never want to be a famous person, but I already know and I'm aware that I'm a public person. And that being said, I don't know, could you do the Taylor Swift route of keeping it private, keeping it sacred, keeping it close because love is that? But then like you're hiding. I don't know. The internet is eating Paige up and I just hate it. I hate to see it. If you're watching Southern Charm, so kind of a weak, boring season. Now their producers are going to clippy, chop, edit. Poor Craig. And he's an Aquarius sun. And those men, my daddy's an Aquarius. They're just different. They're different and but you see their evolution. And an evolved Aquarius man, girl. So my heart is with Paige, but Paige is a Scorpio. And for me, as a 30-year-old single Black American girl, princess, a B.A.P. Are you a B.A.P? I just saw a TikTok thing. Are we B.A.Ps? It's so beautiful to know that, okay, I think about my grandma and my aunties and my mom. I think ancestrally, they did have to settle. They had to choose to survive. And then if you think about domestic violence, now for me, as a self-actualized, making gorgeous 30-year-old Black girl, American, because it really is, you can't be like a Londoner Black girl or a Nigerian or immigrants. It's really like an American girl. You have to understand. We can have more. And it is very much share, mama, I am the rich man. Bitch, I'm the rich man. And I think I'm so blessed and so lucky that I had two parents in a household that both worked before the divorce crumbling, 2008, the recession, Pluto. And I do believe in the nuclear family, and I do believe we need each other, but we also don't have to fucking settle, and we can have so much more. And two, girl, it's like a Sheryl Crow song. If it's meant to be, let them go and let it come back. Paige, do not shit on Paige. Ugh. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't, like, I had my breakup, and I mean, you can just go find clippies on my YouTube on the old, and then it really makes you think, oh, next relationship, am I going to have my partner like intertwined with like my business with like, you think so much. It's a lot. There's no right. There's no wrong. Don't idolize anyone. For me, both my parents worked. Oh my God, going home for Christmas break and like looking at your parents' photos when they're 30 in the 90s and they look so much older than what they are. But you're like, damn, must have been rough. But they made it do, from apartment to house to cars to vacations to family to building. What a beautiful thing. It is possible. Move gently, move lightly. They hate Paige. I'm so mad. And just empathy. And yeah, I want to be working. I want my partner to be working. What did you see? Ask yourself, what did you see growing up? I also, just talking to my girl before starting, I didn't see my parents fight or argue or like even like raise their voices. It was probably like behind closed doors, or I didn't see that. And like the imprintation that did to me as a child, praise God, because like I don't ever want to be in a relationship, and it gets weird when like someone raises their voice or you're like, that's not normal. That's not love. That's not healthy. I didn't see that shit growing up. Moving on to domestic violence, because they said during Christmas, those numbers spike. Domestic violence, all that stuff happening. Allie and James, Vanderpump Rules, and Vanderpump is like done. Girl, Vanderpump walked. So Southern hospitality could run. You know the analogy? Anyway, James is arrested. We've known this man, his behavior. And then like TMZ, they picked up like photos of Allie moving out her belongings in the house. Let's talk about it. Let's go there. When you are living with a man and like you're not married and like an incident happens, someone has to leave the premise. And I've been in a situation like that. where I like had to be the one to leave because like he owned the house, the apartment, he lived there. And it was so traumatic and so scary. And luckily, thankfully, I was not hurt. I was not harmed. But like, do they mark it as domestic violence, or do they? It's a domestic disruptance, and like someone has to leave. My heart is with Allie. It's with every single woman who has gone through any type of verbal abuse, mental abuse, manipulation, financial abuse. Again, like women in America, we've come such a long way, but our history is like so small. So I think it's important that we have empathy, we show love, but people kept James protected and kept him employed, which is crazy. I can't wait till they sue Andy. What's happening with Leah McSweeney's lawsuit? Are we on that? Girl, yeah, someone's got to go. I'm praying for Allie. Girl, I'm praying for Rachel. We don't call her Raquel because, like, it's triggering. I'm praying for Cassie. Girl, you think about Diddy, all the stuff. Listen, the Diddy stuff. Ah! Yeah. I think in my incident, when it was happening or as it happened to me, and I should have left the relationship, I was going to try to leave, then, like, move to this little cute apartment in Astoria. I needed to leave. Queens, girl, get out. The only way I can describe it, and I was like at the start of my Saturn return, it was really like God like scooped in and he just like grabbed me and he took me out of that situation and that's like the only way I can describe it. I know, I believe I had angels, I had ancestors. The only like worst thing that really ever happened was my partner, he had, I'm gonna burp, I'm not gonna cry. I'm like literally just like about to belch. Excuse me. The only worst thing that had happened is he had spit on me. He spit on me, and that was like before a previous fight and before like it really imploded. And now as a 30-year-old woman, I have so much just love and grace and empathy for like myself in my 20s. Like your 20s are so fucked up and fun and scary and confusing, and you're not going to have like someone to get you out of your own shit. You really have to get yourself out of it. But if you can't get yourself out of it, it's so important to know the power of prayer, to talk to friends, to talk to your mom. That's why they could never make me hate Paige, because Paige is a mama's girl. And as Scorpios, as like strong, independent, gorgeous, brilliant, funny women, we need our mamas. But even then, our mamas can't save us. We have to rely on God, rely on ourselves, and it's such a beautiful thing when the hood healer says it, Imani, when she says, when you can look back at your old self and like not have any shame, not have any guilt, and just have a lot of love and have a lot of empathy. After that incident happened, the police came. I think two people can't be back in the house. So like someone's got to leave. You see, Allie had to leave. Girl, I had to leave. Went to the West Village, started my life. Look at me now. Time. Does time heal all wounds? And speaking of divorce and children of divorce, because I did have a great example of my parents, but then divorce happened. My older brother, John, he got sick with schizophrenia. Guess who just finalized their divorce? Angelina and Brad Pitt. 8 years. Let's manifest the sparkle fairy dust. Bethany Frankel, I need you and Angelina Jolie to sit down and talk it out. But you know, their children are like that. They're like that 14 to like 20 age. So I feel like it would be very hard, very tough, but do it. Talk, heal us, heal the children of divorce. These men, these manipulate, I don't know. And listen, my whole entire life as a film cinema girly, I drank the pea Kool-Aid, loved him, Midwesterner, good love. But if all your children are not talking to you, if the FBI investigation report, Speak up, speak up, speak up. That's why, too, like, I don't trust any billionaire, unethical, unreasonable. But, like, Rihanna's totally, like, disregarded her past with you, who we will not be named, to where's the case on that man? Anyway, talking about your stories of domestic violence and abuse helps other women talk about their stuff and not feel shame and come out and like, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Girl, 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 girl. Prayers to Angie. Angie looks good. She looks good. Prayers to her children. Again, I don't ever want fame. If I was getting photographed between like junior year and like senior year of high school during the worst complicated times of my, no, I don't wish fame on anyone. Don't wish it, don't wish it, don't wish it, don't wish it, don't wish it. When you go outside, be careful. Girls are still getting roofied. Don't put your drink down. If you put it down, ask your friend, watch it, take it, eyes. Also, I love going out with my married friends because their energy is just like safe and protection. Also, when traveling in the airport, when I'm feeling anxious, oh my God, what's happening? There's so much, the energy. I find a stable family of 5 or 6, and I just like go right behind them and just, it's the energy of Capricorn, grounded, put together. Energy doesn't lie. Energy does not lie. Speaking of Capricorn, today is my grandmother's birthday. My grandma Tanya, she is my dad's mom, and she's really the reason why I was able to come to New York and have my life, start my dream. And I'm so grateful. And I'm going to have like a girly pop day of just lighting myself up, filling my cup up. Body work in 2025. I had this insane pedicure. I would really like show you my feet, but I don't want to like flash the camera. Oh my gosh. It was like a green tea pedicure, but the way they like massaged and put it down. I'm also going to go get a massage after this, go see baby girl, Nicole Kidman. So much is happening. So much is happening. We ended last week or last time going through the housewives, but then we ran out of time. Orange County Housewives, it wrapped up. Shannon is a GOAT, is a star. Shannon needs some producing credit. They did her so dirty, bringing in Alexis, that man who we will not be naming, a Scorpio. Woo, woo. Love Katie, the new girl. During Christmas break, I was watching, me and my grandma, we love to watch Say Yes to the Dress and 4 Weddings, if you know, you know. But Katie girl, she has an episode of Say Yes to the Dress where she marries her now husband, Matt. I think Matt, yeah. Her kids weren't there. Very interesting, but I loved her explanation. I loved the scene of the wedding, loved the dress. Keep Katie. And someone's got to push Heather. Heather's boring. Gina and Emily. Thick as thieves. Emily and Louise. No, not Emily and Louise. Gina and Emily, but Lucy and Ethel. That's what I'm thinking. No, bitch, you're thinking Thelma and Louise. I was there. They're like the dynamic duo. So, so good. How has Gina grown on me? But she's like, I love an East Coast woman who becomes like a West Coast housewife. Don't forget, she's a Jersey girl. It's 2025. If people's relationship works for them, don't judge. It works for them. Emily! And you know I've been critical on Emily, but she's off the GLP-1 and she says with fitness and I guess with the suction and the thing, she's done what she's needed to do, but I still feel she's overly obsessed with her body. Let's see her little daughter become a model, little actress, teeny bop. I love that she's always... You see how your childhood can still so impact you and affect you on a cellular level. Stuff with her mom, the lack. It's crazy. It's beautiful to see, but it's really sad. And I'm like, girl, get some Reiki therapy. It's sad. It's sad. But I love her pushing her husband to work out, be active. They have the best. He's a good husband, housewife. Shade. And the evolution. Because remember, he was not a good man in the beginning. He was not a good man. Who else am I missing? Tamra. We have to remember when Tamra was gone or when the OC was boring. It was so bad. Then Vicky and then the Brooks. Tamra's doing what she needs to be doing. She did take it too far. And now We're not going to judge. It's a late stage autistic diagnosis. Girl, don't we all got autism, Asperger? Okay. But I could not like her, and I hope Shannon does not trust Tamra, because teaming up with Alexis, when you know about Johnny J... Girl. OC, let's go. Beverly Hills is back. It's back. People are confused about Garcelle. Garcelle is a goat. To see the housewife kind of a reverse effect, revamp her career in acting, in directing, in producing, then giving it on to her family, her sons, and now her other son being a model, the beach house. I've been a lot Black American girl. Garcelle is a Black immigrant. Shout out to my Haitian girl. I love my Haitian brothers and sisters. And the Haitian independence, y'all did your thing. Americans could never. But Nat Turner, didn't he try to like do the raid, do the takeover? Listen. Words, focus. Garcelle has a right to be mad at Dorit because Dorit and Kyle were so mean and giggly, and the husbands. Garcelle, keep your neck on her throat. Do it. But Garcelle, in the next 2 seasons, we are going to need more of a storyline. That is true. Or you wrapped up, you did your thing. Boza, get a new friend. Because we have Bose. Like CFO, chief, a widower, got a gorgeous daughter, interracial relationship, but she's dating these beautiful, gorgeous chocolate men. And now she's like Dorit's pen pal. Listen, Dorit is like a lot of white American women, and they're not racist. They're not exposed to Black people. They really aren't. And sometimes it just takes one to like connect with, to mesh with, and then like, it's okay. That's really not white people's fault. Some people, their parents keep them in segregated areas where they're not exposed. And then they're 30, 40, 50, and they're like, oh my God, this is my first Black friend. And like, it just, whatever. We cannot shame women or individuals. Love their dynamic. And I love Boza. Dorit, y'all, do we think PK set up this robbery? Do we think I would oh, I'm single PK. That dinner scene, Dorit! But Dorit standing up. She's in the Range Rover. She's smoking. It's good. Kyle, girl. Kyle needs to stand up. Shout out Sutton. And this is why, like, I love my Southern roots and, like, the ancestors. And, like, when I say the South, I only mean South Carolina, Charleston. Sutton is, and remember, Sutton is, like, she has gotten the most out of her divorce settlement. She is for the girls. She is for her daughter, for her son, to show him, look, Sutton is the blueprint. She really is. And Sutton is trying to give Kyle some divorce. Kyle, stand up. And this is what's scary, because Kyle might not have a prenup. She might not have a prenup, and she helped build that man's business. Crazy. Fucking crazy. Crazy. Who else on Beverly Hills? And this is wealth. And this is like real. If you need to start somewhere, start with Beverly Hills. Jennifer Tilly. Then we're going to circle back to Kyle. Jennifer Tilly. I think of Chucky, the Bride of Chucky, watching that with my brothers on rerun. And Chucky was so good because, like, a doll and the animation. Her ex-husband was like the creator Simpson. She gets like royalty. It is sickening. It is so, it's not even luggage. It's like statuesque, monumental pieces, Louis Vuitton, bouquet. This is wealth. This is opulence. She's got 4 homes, but one home has got a ghost. And she's Sutton's friend. And 2, I think of my present grandma who didn't grow up with any friends. Like, her friends were her family, and like if she met some broad at church. It's really good that women can see you can make friends, get connection at any stage in your life. And I love Jennifer Tilly being on. I love her friendship with Sutton. Back to Kyle. And Kim. Because Kim, and the dark side of Hollywood. Kim, a mental health maybe narcotic abuse. Let's pray for Kim Richards, Kathy and Kyle and Kim and their mother. One day the documentary will be done, but let's pray for Kim. It is so sad. This is the dark side of reality. I am going to say let's pray for Brandy because she is also part of the Beverly Hills franchise. If you're to go see, again, the evolution of it all. And what the hell is Lisa Rinna doing on the TikTok? When people are constantly on TikTok, I do think you're broke. I do. Girl, make your bills, okay. Girl, Kyle, wake up. A mess. And they were all in Aspen with the K's, looking all culty. Salt Lake. Okay, and it's all coming back. Bravo and Andy, how dare you? 2 weeks? 2 weeks? No house. How did y'all live? How do I live without Leanne Rimes, Coyote Ugly? Okay. Salt Lake is coming back. Lisa can do no wrong. Meredith, something's going on. The glasses, the voice. I don't think she's a pill popper. I don't think she has an eating disorder. Something's going on, though. Love Bronwyn. Bronwyn and Todd, though. Do you see her on Watch What Happens Live? Bronwyn's good. She's a goat. She's a goat for her daughter, for her upbringing, for her evolution of motherhood, of Mormonism, her child, her thing with Lisa, her baby daddy. Girl, we love. And again, wealth, opulence. These age gaps, though, could it be me? And I love to see it because it's like, couldn't be me, won't be me. Angie K. And I love... You guys, they're on their girls trip. We're going to see who the snitch is. Someone's recording someone. I love on TikTok how people like analyze it. They think it's maybe Brittany but Meredith's like, you got. When Mary Cosby greets Angie, that's friendship. That's sisterhood. Kind of like last night when I saw Tony and Sarah and Kate, when I saw my people and just because it's a new year, I hadn't seen everyone. You just have your people and you're just so happy. That's friendship. That's love. I love their dynamic. And they have similar fashions, don't they? Whitney, boring. They still think she's going to get divorced, but Whitney's got to go. What else is she doing? I'm bored. And again, I still really didn't know who Alibaba was. Someone had to explain that to me. Brittany is odd. She's odd. A friend of. Do not bring her back. She's odd. And Broadman clocked her. Do you really miss your daughter, your children, or do you like hearing yourself speak? And do you like to hear, girl, wake up. Wake up. Speaking of shows and TV, over Christmas break, I watched this TV show on Starz, 3 Women. It's a book by Lisa. Don't want to butcher her last name. She's a phenomenal writer, human person. Lisa Tito. Y'all, watch this show. Read this book. Maybe this will be like our first book, audio book only. We do audiobooks on this show. Let's start it in a couple weeks. This series is so important. It's so critical. It's so significant. It kind of ties in with like women hating women that are beautiful, successful, happy, healthy, wealthy, independent, but like love family, love their life, want love too. This book is a case study of 3 women. There's a character named Salone, there's Lena, and there's Maggie. Maggie's based on a true story, a real case. A girl who had a relationship with her like high school teacher. And then in the TV series, it's like the author played by our girl, my Scorpio sister, Shailene. We're manifesting. Shailene, you're going to be here one day. Shailene, you're going to be. This series is so important. It's so gorgeous. You have 3 women from 3 walks of life, socioeconomic backgrounds. I did take notes. Salone. And when I was reading this book, my life was different when the book came out. I was in my relationship with my first partner. We were in Bali, Indonesia. I bought the book with me, I think to reread. No, I was reading it there. It was so good. I was so captivated. I'm going to go buy this book and buy the audiobook because I do need to start my book collection. That got lost in the fire, in the exiting. This book is so important. In the book, I did not know that Salone would be black, but Salone is black, you guys. She comes from a fucked up, wealthy family. She's got an eating disorder. Girl, her husband is Blair Underwolf, his fine ass, but he's like this eccentric, heterosexual man that like dresses well and likes fashion, and he's got a mohawk, and they live on Martha Vineyard. Okay, I was gonna do spoilers, no spoilers, and they have a unconventional relationship, and it's really like why women hate her. The author is like so not perplexed, but she knows why and why people, and she's got a daughter, and Salone, played by the phenomenal Deonda Wise. Ooh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Watching the show, I watched this with my 83-year-old grandmama. Hi, Nana. And the scenes, don't watch this with kids. It's an adult show. It's an adult show, PSA. And in this show, you know they damn well had intimacy coordinators, as every show should. Every show should have. Come on. Come on. Okay. After Salone, we have Maggie. And Maggie's based on a true story. You can look at this case. I personally want to say thank you, Maggie, for telling your story. As women, I think, all the women that came before us in our family line, if you're black, white, brown, orange, gray, Mexican, Spanish, so many of them were silenced or they simply could not speak. So for Maggie to tell her story, again, no spoilers. You have to watch the show. You have to read the book. Look at the case. I thank you, Maggie. I think we're all Maggie. And I really, really love you. And the stuff with her dad and, women, girls, but especially black girls, we need our dads. We need our fathers. Bitch, I don't care if you have to make one imaginary in your head, draw a picture, scrape. We need our dads. And it's a beautiful story. Beautiful story. Second favorite was Lena. Lena is like a little girl. Not a little girl. She's a grown-ass woman, Indiana. But she has chronic pain. And in the book, I forgot. But in the show, and this actress, I don't know her name. I apologize. But it's so phenomenal. Because for me, like, people say anxiety or chronic pain, something you can't see, and I'm so visual. It's so good that the show you see, it is very much real. And like her husband doesn't touch her. She's got a son. And she has a fling with her high school sweetheart. But then she then she separates from her. She does the thing. Yeah, she separates, then she has that fling. Not right. That this man is still married, but inner child healing, her pain going away, but also her finding herself. Then in the series, you also get the author's life. And what's the author's name? I really, really don't know. But you get her life, and that's played by Shailene. And it's so phenomenal. It's so beautiful. Please watch this show. That's what we're going to start. We're going to start that for book club. I think women, we need to accept each other. Also, not every woman is going to look the same. We can't mother bash. We can't single bash. Can we all just love each other? Damn. But Christmas break, that happened. We watched Blink twice. And men, black men, white men don't understand rape culture and power and greed. I mean, they do, but they try to pretend they don't. But did y'all hear that Channing and Zoe broke up? They broke up. I was sad only because, there was a quote in their relationship. They would just, watch movies all day together and hang out. That is love. Love is real. Love exists. You can't be idolizing no one's relationship, no one's love. You just don't put anyone's relationship or love on a pedestal. Do not. But they broke up, and then Zoe was out. She was out with Tay-Tay. She was out with Diana Agron. It is such a beautiful thing to break up and to move on. Break up and move on. Praise God. Praise God. I love Blink twice. Did she get any Golden Globe nominations? See, I'm not with it. I'm not watching any of this foo-foo Hollywood weird shit because it's all fake and it's all rigged. I was going to start the grief walk. Am I going to go today in this gorgeous dress, ballet flats? No, it's 21 degrees. It is going to start, But I'm really happy to leave last year in the past because it was very traumatic and very hard. And then when I'm ready to go into that more, I will. Or maybe I'd never have to go back into it because the year's over and it's gone. You know, no one comes from a perfect family. Christmas break was beautiful, but hard. And no one is like prepared for death. So if you're grieving, and then two, I guess Christmases are hard, like, especially if you have experienced loss. Yeah, it's really hard. But I'm excited for this new year. What is this year going to bring to you? What is it going to bring to me? I feel hopeful. I am going to get my city bike membership back because I don't want to put myself in danger. I don't want to risk my life. I was kind of grounded. But now with all the crime in the city, in the train, but it's also so messed up because like it is elitist if you want to be like, well, I don't take the MTA. And I mean, if you're a certain age and if you're elder, I would not be taking the train. But a lot of New Yorkers, like, we can't afford to not take the train or anywhere else by means. And it's the fastest, most convenient, 80% of the time, most reliable. So keep your wits about you. Stay safe. I'm going to be on the city bike. I'm going to be, I really think, taking my energy for myself. It's not really like, well, I'm closed off to different friends. It's like, if you're, maybe you can relate to me. If you're the friend that's always saying, hi, what's up? How are you? Let's do this. Whether the plan is concrete, whether the plan falls through, I really want to preserve my energy for me and my life. I want to get my home, my entire apartment in order. Bitch, by the time of the Real Housewives Atlanta, have girlfriends over. I want to make my home, my sanctuary, my oasis. I want to enjoy and experience New York. And like, traveling is going to be such a huge part of my life, but for right now I want to do little micro trips and just making every day an experience, an adventure. We get the Real Housewives back of New York, but it's so boring. There's nothing to say. It's boring. I think we should all boycott it and not watch it. And they better not make it. They better make the reunion one part. Don't give us no two, please. Especially if you're not even going to have couples. You're not even going to bring the men. Don't do it. Don't do it. Excited for Atlanta. I wonder what they're going to say about Kenya and Kenya's downfall and her story. I'm excited to see Portia. I'm happy Candy's not on. We don't need her. Are we getting Drew back? What was happening with Drew and her hut? So much. Last show, and Southern Charm, been watching it. It's new. Southern Hospitality. Ooh, girl. And this is so good because this is a podcast on eating disorder recovery, healing, body image, and our two main stars. And I love the whole cast. What happened to that black guy with the bad teeth, but like he was like gay and his dad? More black guys, please. Like more gay. But I love the whole cast. Jerry, what was his name? And he was messy. This show's so damn good. But we have, and I don't know their names, but we have Emmy or Emily. Emmy? Is her Emmy? Her boyfriend is Will. And then we have the girl Mia. Mia's POC. She's gorgeous. But they, and their body and the body image and the body composition. And they're really just like body obsessed. They're obsessed with their bodies, how they look, what they're eating. I think a form of control. When you're going through something, when you're suffering, you can control your body. You can control what you eat, what you're not eating. Poppy. Do we know if Poppy is like, are they Trumpers? Because like, I don't want to drink their shit if they're Trumpers. Let me know in the comments. Her boyfriend might be cheating on her, the whale girl. What's her name? It's got to be Emmy. Her boyfriend might be cheating on her. He's in law school. And then the other girl wants to be a beauty. She wants to be Miss World. And her mama was a pageant girl. So she's going back. But what I took away, their bodies. obsessed. They are obsessed with their bodies. And I want girls to have peace. I want to have peace. And I think it's just so interesting. You look at Kyle Richards. When something in your life is falling or failing or collapsing, you can try to gain control of your body, what you eat. And it's fascinating. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. 2, if you're sober, if you want to be sober curious, take a break from alcohol. I personally, what alcohol does to my body, the bloating, the beer poop, the gas, oh my God, my acne will hit like days later, and like you don't need to drink. And these women are great examples of they're cutting out alcohol. I love, love, love Southern hospitality. And I do love seeing the Southern culture with gay men, because we have 2 of the stars and they're gay, and it's just fascinating. It's really, really good. There's no other Bravo shows that are really on. Married to Medicine. I just literally hopped in last season when Sweet Tea came on. I love to see Black women. I love to see doctors. I love to see just a different way of living that I don't see and that I'm not used to. Speaking of control, wrapping up shortly. And TikTok is such a beautiful place. I have so many favorite creators. I'll have a list for you guys next week. But there's this good dissertation, this Black woman, because, the TikTok girlies, they hate Carrie Bradshaw. They're not wrong. But then someone was like, Carrie Bradshaw and SZA are the same. And again, this thing on why we hate women, empower women who show their vulnerability. Can y'all stop? Can we stop? And TikTok can be so brainwashing, because I did do a couple reposts of being like, yeah, SZA's music, low vibe. SZA's a Scorpio. So I was talking shit about SZA because I was mad at SZA for getting her body done. And then she got her body done. She had the best album, had the most successful career tour. But then she came back with statements. We'll go through that. I don't want to find it. You guys, of like saying she regretted it and she shouldn't have done that shit. That was my hurt, because I was in my 20s, living in New York, had no friends, and her album changed my life. Working at Starbucks 4 a.m., listening to Garden, listening to Supermodel. 20-something SZA, her nana on the track, monologuing. So I'm sorry. And this is growth. This is leaning into adult womanhood. Vulnerability and growing and like being your lower self and being toxic, we're allowed that right. Men get that right. They're allowed freedom. They're allowed choice. They're allowed free will, but women have it. And women hate women that express it. Watching Sex and the City, like, I never started to hate Carrie Bradshaw until I was on TikTok, and every single woman, girl, and Carrie's just funny at this point. And let's look at Carrie like we look at Walter White, like we look at Tony Soprano or Carmelo, because Carmelo's the star. No, Meadow's the star. Meadow is like a Black American princess, and she got her daddy on lock. Listen, I love women so much, and we are going to need each other. We're just going to need each other. I don't know what tomorrow looks like, what the next month looks like, what the next year is going to look like, but just it's such a beautiful time that we can be anything, and it's really the duality, the femininity, the masculinity. It's like all within us, and you really know, don't fight with me, fight with your mama. Black women are tea. We are like the top tier of that's why they keep trying to kill us in the hospitals, in our homes. But like still we keep rising. Right now I'm thinking of every single person, mother, children, father that has been lost in Gaza. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know. I am praying for my Jewish brothers and sisters too, because it's horrific what is happening. Sudan, Congo. I really don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I do know the Hood Healer also said, if you have breath, you have options. There's this like study. It's like the optimistic gene. And being home was so triggering and so fucked up because it feels like my mother and my younger brother have moved on without my older brother and just, life on life terms. But you have to move on and you have to pick up the things, and life does get better. God only gives us what we really can handle. And everything is energy. Everything is energy. Before I go, I'm feeling really, really good in my body. Guests are coming back in February. Finally. But I could talk. We could kiki all day. How am I feeling in my body? What have I been doing? I started going to Solid Core, and I wanted to do Solid Core because they had their 2-week trial. It was very cheap, and then Christmas break happened. Then I was going to be gone for 2 weeks, and so it was great. I couldn't do Solid Days because I was doing the unlimited 2-week new client thing, and that's okay. I think overconsumption, I don't need a sweater or a hoodie but excuse me, what I did do is try the hardest motherfucking workout of my life. And it's not Pilates. It's not Pilates. Shout out Morgan. If you live in Brooklyn, go see Morgan. She teaches Dumbo, downtown Brooklyn. I met Morgan and her great friend Jada at a Naked Beauty podcast event. Shout out Brooke. One of the best podcasts, best hosts. We met at her event. So cool, so kismet. These girls are like Southern Atlanta girls, but like, I love being a Black girl because sometimes, kind of like with Tiana too, you just like meet other Black girls and you just like, it's gang, it's vibe. It's mostly all Black girls. It really is. It's an energy thing. But Morgan is a Solid Core teacher. Bring a towel. Bring a towel to this class. You guys, I had 2 areas. Arms. Ooh, look at that. Wait, should I do... I'm going to look so masculine. Should I do both? Arms. I didn't want the flab. Girl. And thighs. I want to just tone my thighs. Those are 2 things. And truly, I was like, God, Jesus, I need strength. I need strength going home for Christmas break. I need the mental strength because I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go home. Did Solid Core. I've loved it. It is so hard. The movements, the slower the better. It's not Pilates. It's called Legree. You're on this machine. It is dark. It is blue. You can get earplugs too. Do y'all do the earplugs? No, but you have to like be listening because they're talking and then it's like what your body's doing. But then it's like change the spring. And then it's like the tightest little movements. When we do this move called bungee, I start cussing like a sailor because the way your leg is and it's like pushing up, but it's so hard. It's so amazing. Let me out my shadow. To the girlies that bring their boyfriends, their husbands, their mans in class, I am jealous. I'm jealous because I want that for me too. Not like I do, but I don't, but I do. There's some type of bitterness or enviness. So I don't want to be like, I could roll my eyes. It's just for us. No, that's so hot and attractive that your partner, your man wants to do your workout with you. It is. It's so effing cool. It's cool. Now, if I'm to have a boyfriend, a man, am I going to want him? I don't know. We shall see. But the fact that I'm so curious about that. Before, again, I'd be scrolling on TikTok and see all the things of, and the girls rolling their eyes and even like, love the best Pilates studio, No Farm Method, 2 locations, Tribeca and Chelsea. When I'd see like those Pilates guys come in, I'd really be, and those men were hot. Those girls, they know. I feel like you're flexing, you're showing off, and do it. I would be doing it too. That my man does Pilates and girl. Back to the point, Brianna, back to the point. Do Solid Core, build muscle. As we age, I just turned 30 in November, we lose our muscle mass, muscle density. So I found it. Also, I love that they offer a membership. The membership, unlimited, tax and everything. It comes to like $350, $380. That's great. What I was doing before was $200 every week for Pilates or $380 every 2 weeks. Make it make sense. It's too hard. Can't do it. This is the year of the woman, of the Black woman. I hope you find peace. I love going to the not the 4 a.m. class, the 5 a.m. class, or like a mid class. They also have off-peak classes. So then an off-peak class, You're only paying like $35. Move your body. The walking club is going to start. Again, my heart is with you. If you're grieving, if you're mourning, one day at a time, life on life terms. Follow me on TikTok. I don't think they're going to kill it. I think we are with it. I think we're good. It's all good in the hood until it's not. I don't know what Donnie's going to do. One last thing to wrap up. Don't talk politics. Don't talk politics. Don't do it. Live in a bubble. Don't do it. Don't do it. If you're dating a man, maybe ask him. I'm dead. Not the girl on TikTok being like, there's an FBI site, but she's like, go through all the photos and see if your man pops up. Girl, that's too much time. Too much time, too much energy. Date, have fun, trust God, trust yourself, trust the universe, use discernment, and also just be curious. Just ask questions. Okay? And thank you for watching Black Girl Can't Cook. I'm your host, Brianna, and I will see you guys next week. Bye. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, this is 12. And it's going to be 12. 12. Okay.
Okay, so this guy.
Yes.
He was in my. He was honestly one of those guys in my DMs, low key talking to himself, low key. I'll show you.
Oh, your hair's so pretty.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Where'd you get it done? Really? I like that
it's a rubber band method.
Oh.
Yeah, you rubber band your own hair, and then you pull like hair through in the middle with a crochet needle, and yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
No, but it looks so cute. Oh
Thank
my
you.
goodness.
I'm gonna cut my hair.
Are you?
I'm so tender-headed. Like I can't. Like even right now, the ponytail at the top is like a little bit hurting.
It's hurting.
I'm like, girl. Okay, let me just show you this.
Ooh, I like your nails.
Thank you.
Well, you can't even
Press
do
on.
that, yeah.
But okay, so this is how he was viewed. At first, I was just like, kind of like,
Okay,
I don't know
yeah.
him, but like, then okay.
This is good.
All the way
Yeah.
back to the beginning, because this is how he would. He would just like.
Oh, okay.
Like he would laugh at my stuff.
Yeah.
And I would laugh back a little bit, like, oh, thanks, nice. You literally have one of the best smiles ever created.
Oh my god! Wait, this is since June.
It's like, no, yeah, your sense of humor. I just want to say, I really enjoy seeing you, like, because I would make posts about my, like, content.
Yeah!
And then, like...
Oh my god!
He's, like, very sweet. And eventually I was like, okay. But I love this face.
Oh,
like,
anytime. No, that's so nice. Okay, so when did you budge? When were you like...
So finally...
did he ask? Oh my god!
I know. I
so
just like, okay, what's cool is his birthday's a few days before mine. He's a Scorpio.
No, I love Scorpios. Scorpios can work. If they can work. If they're no, if he's he's November and it has to be evolved and it can work.
Very.
And you know the sex girl, so go with it. Just go with it. Just yeah.
Also, okay, this is what got me. This is so random, but the way he spells absolutely, it's like that's.
Yeah. Wait, I like this face though.